The truth is uncomfortable. Most people are not manipulated because they are stupid. They are manipulated because they want comfort more than truth. Because they want approval more than power. Because they mistake kindness for safety. Predators know this. They rely on it. They feed on it. Seneca warned us centuries ago. He who lives in fear will never be free. We live in an age of voluntary servitude. The chains are no longer made of iron. They are forged from dopamine, validation, and the desperate need to belong. Weak minds are not attacked openly. They are guided, redirected, softly led into cages they believe they chose. The sheep does not fear the shepherd until the knife is drawn. By then, the gate is locked and the flock is silent. Strong minds attract pressure. Rare minds attract enemies. And only disciplined minds survive both. To survive, you must construct something ancient, something brutal, a mental fortress, not built with motivation, which is fleeting, not built with hope, which is passive, but with discipline, silence, detachment. Marcus Aurelius wrote from a battlefield surrounded by death and plague, not from the comfort of a palace. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is not poetry. It is a tactical directive. Your thoughts are soldiers. Your attention is command. Your emotions are either weapons or openings for invasion. Most people leave the gates open. They invite the Trojan horse inside because it looks like a gift. That is why manipulation works. Lesson 1. The mirror trap. Predators reflect you. Your tone, your posture, your values, your frustrations. This is not connection. It is reconnaissance. The predator has no self. They are a void looking for a shape. When they meet you, they pour themselves into the mold of your desires. If you are angry at the world, they become a fellow revolutionary. If you are hurt, they become the healer. Machiavelli understood this perfectly. He wrote that the fox survives by understanding traps, not by charging forward. When someone mirrors you too quickly, too perfectly, they are not bonding. They are calibrating, mapping your nervous system. They are testing the fences of your psyche, looking for the loose plank. The Stoic response is restraint, delay reaction, slow speech, minimal emotional output. When you meet a new potential ally or enemy, do not rush to fill the silence. Do not rush to share your history. Leonidas did not shout before battle. He stood still. Silence unnerves imitators. The mirror needs an image to reflect. If you give them nothing, a blank face, a monotonous voice, a reserved posture, the mirror breaks. When you stop feeding them signals, the mask slips. They will try harder. They will become agitated. They will eventually show you who they actually are, because the energy required to maintain the reflection is exhausting. And when the mask slips, the predator panics. Lesson 2. Gaslighting and reality control. Gaslighting is not loud, it is surgical. It does not begin with a scream. It begins with a whisper. A raised eyebrow when you state a fact. A calm denial of an event you witnessed. a suggestion that you misunderstood, that you are tired, that you are too sensitive. The goal is not to win an argument. The goal is to delete your trust in your own senses. Over time, the victim no longer trusts perception. They outsource their reality to the predator. That is the real kill shot. Once you need their permission to know what is real, you are owned. Seneca warned, "He suffers more than necessary who suffers before it is necessary." The manipulator creates anxiety to fracture your grip on the present. The Stoic anchor is reality, facts, patterns, written memory if needed. Roman generals kept records not for nostalgia, but to prevent distortion. They knew that memory is malleable, but ink is stubborn. Truth must be externalized when pressure increases. Keep a record, not of feelings, but of events. Do not argue emotions, which are subjective. Observe behavior, which is objective. Gaslighting collapses when faced with calm certainty. When they deny the truth, do not get angry. Do not cry. Simply state, "I heard what I heard," and end the engagement. The manipulator feeds on doubt. Starve them. Lesson 3: Emotional hijacking. Emotion is the fastest access point to control. It is the back door into the fortress. Fear makes you compliant. Guilt makes you indebted. Urgency makes you reckless. Shame makes you silent. Every spike is intentional. If you feel a sudden surge of emotion during an interaction, a sudden wave of pity, a flash of terror, a bloom of unearned guilt, you are under attack. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." The manipulator will try to shame you into compliance. They will mock your hesitation. They will call you cold. Let them. The Stoic does not react immediately. They pause. They breathe. They delay response until emotion settles. The gap between stimulus and response is where freedom lives. Hercules was strongest, not when enraged, but when enduring trials silently. The myth of the angry warrior is false. The effective warrior is the cold warrior. Impulse creates mistakes. Mistakes create leverage for enemies. When provoked, do nothing. Silence is not weakness. It is a pressure test. Those who cannot tolerate silence reveal intent. They will fill the silence with more lies, more excuses, or more aggression. Watch them burn themselves out while you watch, untouched. Lesson 4: The bait of kindness. Kindness can be genuine, but predators weaponize it. It is the Trojan horse technique. They give you a gift you didn't ask for. They do a favor you didn't need. Why? Because humans are wired for reciprocity. We are biologically programmed to return favors. Favors create obligation. Obligation creates control. This is the covert contract. I did this for you, so now you owe me. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you, woven in the pattern of your destiny." But he never wrote, "Accept dependency." The Stoic accepts help without surrendering autonomy. They repay cleanly or not at all. If someone insists on doing something for you that you refused, that is not kindness. That is a boundary violation. Alexander the Great trusted slowly. He watched consistency over time, not grand gestures. Grand gestures are cheap. Consistency is expensive. Most people fail here. That is why Lesson 4 breaks them. They confuse warmth with loyalty. They confuse flattery with respect. Predators exploit that confusion ruthlessly. If something feels too good to be true, it is not a blessing. It is a lure. Lesson 5. Reading the body before the words. Words lie. Humans have spent thousands of years learning how to lie with their tongues. But the body is older. The body is animal. The body leaks truth. Feet point toward escape even when the face is smiling. Hands shield the neck or torso when feeling threatened or deceptive. Pupils contract in aversion. Micro-expressions flash for a fraction of a second before the social mask slides back into place. Sun Tzu wrote, "All warfare is based on deception. But deception fails under observation. The predator relies on you listening to their story, their excuses, their promises. Stop listening. Start watching." Roman senators studied posture before alliances. They looked for the man who fidgeted, the man who could not hold a gaze. Gladiators read muscle tension before strikes. The Stoic watches quietly. They do not stare. Staring is aggressive. They do not confront. Confrontation gives away your suspicion. They collect data. They detach their vision from their hearing. The voice says, "I love you." The eyes say, "I own you." Believe the eyes. Data becomes power. Lesson 6. Time as a weapon. Urgency is artificial. In nature, urgency is a lion chasing a deer. It lasts seconds. In manipulation, urgency is a state of mind manufactured to bypass your logic. Predators rush decisions. Sign now. Decide tonight. They compress time to disable reason. When the brain is rushed, it falls back on instinct, and instinct is easily tricked. Cicero warned, "Patience is the companion of wisdom." Delay exposes desperation. If the deal is good today, it will be good tomorrow. Calm reveals leverage. Napoleon often waited while others rushed. He let the enemy tire themselves out with marching before he engaged. The impatient exhaust themselves. The Stoic controls tempo, slow responses, measured decisions. You must be the rock in the river. Let the water rush around you. Do not move until you choose to move. Whoever controls time controls the outcome. If they push for speed, you push for slowness. If they demand an answer, the answer is no. No is a complete sentence. It requires no justification. Lesson 7. Invisible leverage, the masterstroke. True power is invisible. It is not intimidation, not dominance displays. It is emotional independence. This is the hardest lesson. It requires the death of the ego. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. When you fear nothing, not poverty, not loneliness, not death, not reputation, you are uncontrollable. No reward tempts you. No threat moves you. Predators function by dangling carrots or brandishing sticks. If you do not want the carrot and you do not fear the stick, they have nothing. Predators cannot grip smoke. This is where amateurs fail. They seek power outward. They try to outmanipulate the manipulator. They try to win the game. Masters remove dependency inward. They leave the game entirely. Invisible leverage is detachment from outcome. It is the ability to walk away from the negotiation table, the relationship, or the career without a backward glance. And it is terrifying to those who rely on control. When they see that you truly do not care what they think, they shrink. Their power exists only in your reaction. Remove the reaction, and you remove their godhood. No man is free who is not master of himself. That is dark stoicism. Knowledge is the only weapon that grows sharper with use. But remember, once you see the blueprint, you can never go back to being a mere piece on the board. If you are ready to master the architecture of the human mind, subscribe and join the inner circle of designers. Leave a comment below with the word architect if you stayed until the end. It's how I know who is truly paying attention. Your transformation has begun. We will meet in the next session.